Hello and welcome back to Words Want Wisdom. I am absolutely delighted to be joined today by Claire O'Boyle, owner of the Salt House Toome, located in Toome House. And my goodness me, what a phenomenal space we are in today. So Claire, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us a wee bit about your background and how you came to know of salt therapy and become involved with it.
Okay, so I have been a healthcare assistant for about 27 years now.
Okay.
And I just have a passion for looking after people. So a couple of years ago, I was thinking, because of my age, Sheila,
Yeah.
I'm 53 now.
Well, I need your secret. I'm telling you.
So I was thinking, okay, I'm 53 now and a few pains in it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what could I do that will still be helping people, but in a completely different way,
Okay.
right? So then I got a chest infection myself, and I was working away, and one of my co-workers said to me, Claire, you need a good dose of salt. And I was looking at her thinking,
What are you talking about?
what are you talking about? A good dose of salt. So anyway, we talked on, and she says to me, you know, there's a salt room, she says, away up in Tyrone. And of course, on my break, me being me, I had to figure out where the salt room was at, because I'd never heard tell of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was okay. We talked on, and then on my break, I said, okay, right, I'm going to try and figure out these salt rooms and what all about them and all. So I started to read up on salt therapy, and then along the line, I was Googling the nearest one to me.
Mm-hmm.
So the nearest one to here was in Dough.
Okay.
So I called my friend, and I said to her, do you want to go to salt therapy? And she was like, yeah, why not? So I called the salt room in Dough, and I booked an appointment. The minute I walked in through the door, I was just blew away with the salt on the floor and just the decor and so on and so forth. So I rebooked another appointment, and then I found myself doing 2 sessions per week. And my breathing in between times was getting easier and easier. And I says, this is alarm bells to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to find out more and more. And I kept reading and reading and reading. So at this stage, I'd done about 6 sessions of the salt therapy. And I was feeling great. So I then plucked up the courage and I asked the girl in the salt room there, how do you go about getting this stuff and all?
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me the lady's number. So I, right away, the next day, called her up and I said, I've been to the salt room in Dough. I'm very interested in opening a salt room. I have to find the premises. I says, and could you help me?
Mm-hmm.
She said, absolutely. You find the premises, you come back to me, and I'll give you all the instructions what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it went from there.
That's unbelievable. So your background in healthcare.
Yeah.
And obviously you are involved in traditional medicine and healthcare and all of that. So when this was introduced to you, I had never heard of it either, you know, until I'd saw your Facebook posts, your social media, and I was intrigued by it. And the minute I know exactly what you experienced, because as soon as I come in here today, I was like, oh my goodness me. It was just, I've never been in a space like this. From the it's fully sensory, you know, from the salt on the floor to all of the beautiful aesthetic of the room and the scent and the smell. And I don't have thankfully, any kind of breathing problems or anything like that. But I can feel my airways are so clear just from being in here, setting up with you.
This is what it does.
So yours, it's a complementary therapy as opposed to an alternative therapy.
Yeah, you could say that, people would use this as well just to help with anxiety.
Yeah.
You know, I get a lot of men coming in and saying, Claire, you know what? I had the best night's sleep. And I'm just like, my heart's bursting.
Yeah.
You know, and I have people that maybe come in that there's nothing wrong with.
Yeah.
You know, they've got no medical conditions. And I'm just blew away with it.
So Claire, you are so passionate, you know, to actually have the initiative to go away and actually create a salt room so that you can bring the same experience to other people that you have sought yourself. Talk me through that process. You know, obviously you believe you had such a powerful experience with it yourself.
Yeah.
How did, you know, where do you get your salt from? How did you go about the practicals of establishing the room here?
So when I went into Doe, I was watching everything. And I said to my good friend, I'm going to open one of these. And she was kind of looking at me thinking, right, okay. And I says, not a word to anybody. I need to find the premises and I need to source this all out. So I had that all done within like 6-8 sessions of going. And I spoke to the girl in the one in Doak, and she told me and gave me the phone number of the contact for the salt therapy in Ireland.
Yes.
She covers the whole of Ireland. So I called her up the next day, like I said, and she said, Claire, you find your premises and then come back to me. So then I approached Tidal about it. But they had no rooms here. So I sat tight.
Okay.
And I waited and I waited and I came back and I came forward and then I heard there was a room and I approached Tidal and they accepted it.
Yeah.
And they done a site visit and one thing or another, and they said that we're trying to figure out a reason for not to have a salt room in Toome, but there's absolutely nothing to say we can't do this.
Yes.
And she says, honestly, the benefits that people would be getting will be brilliant. So it went to, you know, the usual committee meeting and all. They agreed to give me the room, and I got the keys on Good Friday, and I was up and running by the end of May.
Okay. So just like you are a powerhouse. You definitely are.
Yeah.
And you believe so much in the therapy here and making sure that people have access to it, to go away and to have the drive and to research and to do that. What I found really interesting, what you were saying there, was like even that little obstacle, like there was no room when you went first of all for it.
Yeah.
You sat tight.
Tight.
And you knew that it had to be somewhere in the heart of the community to benefit the community. I find that really, really striking. I really do.
Yeah.
And you didn't do it by halves either, you know, because the space is just, I don't know if people are getting just how wonderful this space is, but they need to come here to experience it. It is something else.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll definitely be back without any cameras or microphones. You'll be glad to hear. So for anyone who's listening, Claire, who doesn't know about salt therapy, so you've talked us through your starting. Tell us about the therapy, what it involves, and the conditions, you know, the ailments that it helps with.
Okay, so the salt therapy is actually otherwise known as halotherapy.
Okay.
Okay. This has been about for years, okay?
Yeah.
It's very, very, very common in Europe.
Okay.
And some GPs will prescribe this.
Really?
In Europe.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's nothing like that here.
Okay.
For us. There's not enough statistics on this.
Okay.
Which is sad, you know. So, we do have a committee, and they are trying their hardest up in Stormont to get this promoted here because of the benefits.
Yeah.
Some of the benefits of it are for COPD.
Okay.
asthma,
Mm-hmm.
skin conditions, anything to do with respiratory.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps to you're breathing this all in through through the respiratory system, and that's going deep down into your lungs, and it's breaking any phlegm that's up in there, and it's helping and making it easier for people to get that up. It also can work as an anti-inflammatory, and would help also to prevent infections because it keeps the airways and all clear. It's great for your sinuses, skin conditions, eczema, psoriasis. It's great for dermatitis. It's just great for everything.
Yeah.
I just
No, I can see your passion about it.
I just can't shout loud enough about this.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
really I think the biggest proof is your own personal experience.
yeah.
And then to go away and to, this didn't happen by accident.
No.
It took a lot of effort and a lot of work and a lot of risk and innovation on your part to get this.
Well, you know what? I was into it before I knew it.
Yeah.
And I was reading and educating myself and talking to different people and thinking, right, okay, so the benefits of this is brilliant. Anybody that comes in, the first thing I tell them, this is not a cure.
Yeah.
It is definitely not a cure. If you have been diagnosed, say, with COPD, that is a disease.
Yeah.
Okay? So that disease will progress.
Yeah.
Okay? So what the salt therapy is doing, it's helping you to manage those symptoms. Like I get people coming in and saying, oh, I don't feel I need my inhalers anymore. Absolutely not. They're yours. Your consultant or your GP give you them for a reason. You're only here to manage them symptoms.
Yeah.
And always keep that in the back of your head. Because
I think you need your own medicine.
You still need to take your medicine.
Yes.
But this here would help you if your chest was wheezy. It might help to take that wheeziness away from your chest. Now, you would need, what the recommended dose is, there's no limit to this. So what they recommend you to do is come in, do 2 sessions as close together as possible. See how you feel. But your body's going to tell you.
Okay.
Oh, something's happened here.
Yeah.
I've got to go back. I've got to go back.
Yeah, so you're not even, it's really interesting, and I'm automatically, thinking from a marketing perspective, it's not you that's saying, oh, you have to come back. But this is going to be self-motivating for people because they know. It's time well spent, money well spent, because you are getting the benefit of that. And it's really interesting that you have said there that it is not a cure.
Not a cure.
Not a cure.
No.
That it is something really that works with, like I had said at the start when we started talking, so you could say it's a complementary therapy rather than an alternative therapy.
Well,
so it's not in place of taking your traditional medication and all the rest, but it complements that and helps manage the symptoms.
Yep.
And to lessen the effect of that. And, I could feel my lungs here just, I'm actually able to breathe really clearly and very, very deeply.
Yeah.
Just from being in the room.
Clears your airways and increases your oxygen levels.
Yeah.
It's even great for anybody who's doing sports.
Okay.
As well. It helps to increase your oxygen levels, and then they're fit to
just go on and they can run and breathe and all of that. It really is. And I find it really interesting that you've said that in Europe it is so big and is prescribed as a treatment by doctors and physicians in Europe.
Yeah.
And whilst there may be no statistics here, I'm quite sure that if we look at the statistics in Europe, in the places where it is used, there's lots of information there that our own kind of health department and committees and storments and politicians could be looking at.
Well, if you go back, this goes back to salt mines.
Okay.
In Poland.
Yes.
And the men that worked there for years, they were never treated for anything respiratory with antibiotics or skin conditions.
Because they were getting all of the cleansing health benefits from, I suppose, the dust that they were mining in those, mines, breathing in the mines.
So it's been about for years and years, but it just hasn't got, here yet. And it's, well, I would say now it's probably starting to become more popular.
Yeah. Because as I said to you, up until I saw your post, I was like, my goodness me, what's this on my doorstep that I need to kind of go in and tease in and to investigate. So it's absolutely wonderful. So we've already said that you held out, you stood your ground, you believed in what you were doing because you knew that it to have this room, it needed to be in the heart of the community. So your therapy room is based here in Toome House. And we've talked about the fact that your own kind of chest infection was what led you into, number one, hearing about salt therapy, undertaking a course of therapy as well. What then have you been told? So you opened in May, and what have your clients, the benefits that your clients have experienced to date, from May up until now?
Well, they feel as if, they are breathing better. They feel as if they're sleeping better. Yeah. And just, they're feeling good.
Okay.
And this is not for, long term.
Okay.
You have to maintain this. This is the thing about the salt therapy. You have got to keep going.
Okay.
It becomes addictive.
Okay.
Because you do feel that good, and you've slept so well at night, you're breathing easier, and you just feel good after it.
How long roughly does a session last then?
Between 40 to 45 minutes.
Okay, so you can come in and have a nice chin wag. Is it it's not a solitary session, like you can come in with more than one person?
It's a shared room.
A shared room,
yeah.
Okay.
But if you want a private session, not a problem.
Yeah. But if you wanted to come with someone, you can sit. I see, you have a number of chairs here. So my sister wanted to come with me. We could head out for a day, get a wee bit of salt therapy, go shopping, because I would have, the stamina and the breathing right sorted to go and do that. And it's about 40 minutes.
About 40 minutes roughly, yeah.
And you would recommend that a couple of times a week? That's what the guidance is?
Well, the guidance says to do 2 sessions close together.
Okay.
And then maintain it after that.
Okay.
After 2 sessions, you will start to feel as if something has happened here.
Yeah. And I suppose each person's body is going to dictate,
Everybody's
how many sessions they're going to want, or, when their next visit will be. Yeah. And would that be on a monthly basis, after you've done your first session, or could it be a weekly basis? As many,
Well, your body will always tell you what it needs. So
that's,
I just leave it up to every individual, and I tell them, you do what you want to do. That's how you feel. Yeah. You will know yourself.
So you're not, do you want another appointment here?
No.
They're coming back to you. Claire, can you book me in again here? I need another session.
When somebody would come in and do their first session with me, the first thing they say to me when they come out, Claire, what do you recommend?
Okay.
And I say to everybody, I don't like that question.
Yes.
Because I want you to tell me what what you want.
Yeah.
And if you do 2 together, you're going to feel something. Yeah. Has worked here. And you're going to come back to me. Because you've got relief. Yeah. Of your sinuses or whatever. The people leave here and their noses is running. Yeah.
My nose always runs. I've always got tissue somewhere, but they're definitely strategically placed today. Yeah. They are. So Claire, we've talked about the tangible benefits for your clients. And I can, I haven't had therapy, salt therapy, haven't had any therapy either. Just need to clarify that. I might need it, but sure, that's a different podcast altogether. But I am so aware of my own breathing here. talk me through the treatment process from, say I was to book in, what would happen and what could I expect to happen?
Okay, so whenever you arrive to the Salt House here in Toome, you get me with the frying pan, okay?
Okay.
So people actually ask me, you making yourself something to eat?
Okay.
Okay? So I'm like, no, I'm getting your salt ready, okay? So they're like, okay. So then they're intrigued and they're asking,
Yeah.
what do you do with this salt? And it comes in a 25 kg bag.
Right, okay.
And in this salt is nothing, only sodium and chloride, okay? And it's a pharmaceutical salt. And it comes from one person and supplies that, okay? So when they arrive in, I'm here and I have the pan out and I am warming salt. So what you do is you put the salt out onto the pan and you watch the moist rise out of the salt.
Okay.
Okay? So that can take about 10 minutes. And then you've got to cool that down. So it takes maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes to cool the salt. It has to be completely cold. And then they get me on top of the bench out here where I'm feeding the halo generator.
Okay.
So I feed the halo generator and my customers come into the room. I give them these round cushions and all and tell them just relax, wee bottle of water.
Yeah.
And sit there and relax and listen to the music. And I put the music on and the lights are dimmed down.
Yeah.
And I start the generator and away it goes. I feed the generator continuously with salt. So the whole, see this whole room, everybody in this room is getting the exact same amount of salt.
Okay.
Okay. And they just sit here and breathe it in. Now, people might start to cough a wee bit, okay? Maybe feel a wee bit of a tickle at the back of their throat. That's just their body reacting to the salt.
Okay.
Okay? Your nose could start to run. That's the salt working and clearing that all up, breaking that all up and clearing that all out. That's all that is. This salt cannot harm a hair on anybody's head.
Okay.
Okay? If it doesn't do you any good, it's definitely not going to do you any harm.
Yeah. Very
That's
good.
just the bottom line. So they come in and they sit down and it's 45 minute session. But I look after my customers, okay? And I give them extra salt.
Okay.
So I say, be prepared to stay in there. And they're happy with that, okay?
Yeah.
And they will come back and tell me, do you see, Claire, that extra 15, 20 minutes? The difference that made was unbelievable. And I say, as in what? I slept all night. I was breathing better. I just felt different.
Yeah.
You know? But
and even coming into
it.
the space here, and being able to come in and sit down, to have that lovely mood lighting coming on, the opportunity either to come in on your own or to come in with people. Sometimes I say it all the time. Sometimes, I just need a quiet room, a dark room.
Yeah.
After a busy day, to be able to have somewhere that you can come to and just sit, listen to music, and also be benefiting yourself health-wise.
I'm even seeing as well the social side of it, where people are coming in now, on maybe a Monday evening or whatever, and they say to me, this is just lovely to wind down now after a hard day's work, or this gets me ready for the week.
Yeah.
Teachers and stuff are saying that to me. This is getting me ready for the week ahead.
I'm a teacher and I'm thinking I would just need a tent. I'd be sleeping in here
all night.
I could stay in the salt room all night. I totally get that. And it, again, I keep talking, everybody that I talk to who is involved and invested in their business or their idea or whatever it is, the value added that they provide and that's given. So above and beyond the individual kind of physical health benefits, the social benefits of it, that leads on then to kind of the emotional and mental health benefits of it too. So it is like it's ticking all the boxes in the right places at the right time.
And there's no age limits to this.
Because I did see as well that you had up, and I thought that is brilliant, for young children who are back at school now, and it's cough and cold and sickness season coming in, that they can come over and just off camera here, there is the most wonderful table that is filled with every kind of toy and book and activity that they could want. And even without that, the salt on the ground as well, the whole sensory experience for them.
I have the wee seats.
Yeah.
And no children sit in the seats.
I cannot believe that.
They're on the floor and they're playing with there's sand buckets there and stuff.
Yeah.
And they just love it.
It's just wonderful.
You know, and obviously their mummy comes and supervises them, or their daddy, and they love it.
But the thing about it as well is, I know when my own children now, they're well grown up in their 20s, veering towards their 30s, and they're grieving that at the minute. But when they were small, I would have met up with my friends and my sisters because we all had children of the same age, and you were trying to go meet somewhere that was child friendly. But you could come here with your children; they will be entertained, and you can sit and have a nice chat.
You're getting the benefit of it as well. It benefits everybody.
Yeah.
And there's no limits to age. It's even very safe for a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
Everything.
And there's not too many things that pregnant women can access either.
Well, I had a girl who was pregnant and she was in the early stages, and I said, I refer everything back. If you're concerned in any way, before you come to me, ask your GP, ask your consultant. So she actually came back and says to me, no, my consultant said, absolutely.
Go for it.
You go for it.
Because there's nothing as bad when you're expecting a child and you can't, can I take an antibiotic? Can I take a painkiller? Can I do whatever? But, if you have a cold or a chest infection, this will ease the symptoms of it at the very least.
Yeah.
No, I think it's absolutely wonderful. And again, 40 minutes of pure
downtime.
Yeah.
Downtime, yeah.
Is, where do you get that at?
Yeah.
It just, and to have it on your doorstep is wonderful.
Yeah.
So Claire, what words of wisdom would you have for anybody who is maybe thinking about trying salt therapy for the first time?
Come and try it.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that you'll come back.
Just give it a go.
Give it a go. Give it a go.
As you said earlier, if it doesn't do them any good, which is zero possibility, it won't do them any harm.
Definitely won't do you any harm. As I said, it's a pharmaceutical salt. There's nothing in it that can harm anybody.
Yeah.
And
you have, you're growing from strength to strength in terms of the, decor and design and everything that you have here. So long may it last. Get down to to Salt House in Toome because it is something to be experienced. So Claire, you're to be commended for everything that you have done. And I know I did say this to you earlier, your testimonials on Facebook from your clients are really, really, they stand out. They're so striking because they're talking about two very distinct things, not just their salt therapy experience, but their experience of you.
Yeah.
And that's really important.
Well,
because to experience it, because you're authentic and it's because you care.
I'm very passionate about this. I just feel I can't shout loud enough.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about this. I just feel I can't shout loud enough. Come, try it. It's fab and you will get the benefit of it.
100%. And I just want to mention, I didn't do it, the lovely footwear that we have on today. Really, I clearly didn't think my footwear through it before I came here. I wasn't, that shows you how naive I was. I had no idea what to expect in terms of the salt on the floor and everything, but it is just such it's one of the most memorable experiences that I've had so far. So you'll definitely be seeing me again for some salt therapy in the not too distant future. So make sure, folks, if you're interested, Claire is located here in Toome House. And we'll put your contact details, Claire, at the end of this podcast. So for anybody who is watching, the information, contact number and socials, if you're interested in salt therapy. So Claire, I have really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best with this.
Thank you.
And the health benefits that go with that
Yeah.
as well. So that's it for today, folks. We will see you next time on Words Want Wisdom.